Do you have employees you paid under the Families First Coronavirus Response Act, or FFCRA? If so, there are specific reporting requirements for W-2s for 2020 and later. In this video, learn how to document COVID-related wages in Sage 100 Contractor and modify the columns in the Aatrix Preparer to report the amounts to the IRS on employee W-2s. Refer to KB Article 104.171 for more detailed instructions about how to track COVID-related absences, and contact your accountant if you have questions. In 2020, Sage presented a way to track payments for COVID-19 related pays. According to the IRS, starting in 2020, there are specific types of COVID pays to track and report on W-2s. If you entered a payroll record with the absence types recommended in the knowledge base article shown in the callout, the data is available to use to complete the W-2s accordingly. Beginning in version 22.3, released in October 2020, the 51891 absence report is available on the 518 hours report options. You can print the absence hours and wages by employee report to generate the amounts you'll need to report in the Aatrix W-2 Preparer window. Let's look at how to do this. According to the knowledge base article with this title, you can tag the absences in payroll records. Open 522 Payroll Records. Right-click and select Show Hide Columns to add the absence column if it doesn't display on the grid. Then, in an absence box, press F6 on your keyboard to set up the absence types you want available. When you enter time cards for employees with COVID-related hours, select the appropriate absence type during time entry. This tags those entries with the related reason for the leave for reporting purposes. You can return to previous payroll records to add or modify absence type tags on time card lines. Refer to the knowledge base article for more information and details about how to enter for salaried employees. When you're ready to report this information on W-2s or Form 941, print the absence hours and wages by employee report. You can print this report from the 518 Hours Reports menu as Report 91. Enter either a quarter range or a check date range. To generate amounts for the W-2s, use a range that includes the entire year. Validate the information looks correct before you continue. Now that you have the printout, you'll be ready to prepare W-2s. When you generate W-2s and the Preparer window opens, the grid includes a list of employees who will receive W-2s. On the right side of the grid, the columns display for each box where information will print on the W-2. For most of the boxes, data pulls directly from Sage 100 Contractor, and you see those amounts in the grid. However, the COVID-19 related wages information is not stored separately in Sage 100 Contractor, so you will not automatically see columns for the amounts that need to print in box 14. To create the columns you need to input the values from your report printout, right-click in the top row in the grid where totals display and select Insert Column. For the new column name, type a reference for one of the COVID pays. You might use the absence description from your data. Leave the default value clear. Repeat the insert column task for each COVID pay you need to include on the W-2 in box 14. Now, assign where the column should print on the W-2. According to the IRS, these values print in box 14. Click the drop-down at the top of the column and select box 14. Then select the appropriate COVID-19 reference for the column. The text label for box 14 displays in parentheses at the end of the name. After you select the option, the column name is overwritten with this label, and you should use the filled-in text label. You have a choice on how to populate the column. The easiest method is to type the values for each employee who received the pay during the year from the report printout. Alternately, you could import from a CSV file if the information in that file is in the right format. Contact Aatrix for assistance with this. When you complete the entries for the first column of data, continue to the next column until the information is complete and accurate. If you think you might need to process W-2s again, this information is only stored in the grid if you choose to save to return later when you exit the Preparer window. Consider saving the information from the 3 columns in the grid to a spreadsheet for later use. When you process W-2s, you should see these amounts in the appropriate box. Refer to the File W-2 video for detailed instructions on how to prepare and file W-2s. In this lesson, you learned how to track COVID-19 related wages through absence tags and create the columns manually when you're ready to generate W-2s.